Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, June 20th, 2022. It can be a good time to develop a natural talent or to do something special with your money. You're finding great value in being careful and patient to help protect your interests. It's a time for slowing down and taking stock, yet also building and strengthening your projects, possessions, or ideas. Even so, today's energies are forward-looking. Someone in your life might encourage the more affectionate, romantic, or creative side of your nature. Advances with entertainment, creativity, romance, or hobbies can be notable, boosting your mood. Passion may be found, or rather uncovered, at home today. The day's celestial configuration brings your love to their senses as far as you are concerned. You seem to have them twisted round your little finger and answerable to your every whim. Perfect, except that you, too, like to feel useful, so go make some soup and massage them with essential oils. The day will be very memorable. Your sense of financial security and professional value are illuminated as the moon enters Aquarius today. Whenever the lunar energy touches your finances, you may feel exposed and vulnerable. Luna could have uncanny ideas about your money matters, like what to purchase or how to create a unique budget. You may also question how you are valued in the workplace during the lunation. Instead of focusing on what sets you apart, shift your perception to see why you are part of your work environment and how this assures your security. You are at an emotionally climactic time of month, and you will find that your feelings are erratic and perhaps a bit unmanageable. Don't feel pressured into making logical sense of anything. Your job is to take a deep breath and relax. Remember that life is an exciting adventure full of twists and turns. Erratic, roller coaster emotions are a reminder of just that. Enjoy the ride. Try to be more modest in your private relations. You tend to think only your views are right and show too little interest for others. This is why you're often perceived as being arrogant or complacent. You must listen to other people's points of view and get off your high horse. You're feeling more chatty than usual, but you should still try to keep your mind focused and engaged with whatever big picture project you've decided to throw yourself into these days. Persevering in matters of the heart is to be admired, but if you're still creating confusion through your repetitive pattern of behavior, this needs to be broken. You do have the power to make a breakthrough, and after this phase are able to adopt a more honest approach when new love possibilities become a reality. You could feel inspired by a friend today. You might find yourself in an interesting discussion with someone. Your mind could be stimulated, and your brain could be racing with imaginative ideas. Try to capture some of this positive energy. Write down your thoughts in a journal, or tell someone else about them. Do your best to share the inspiration that comes your way. You might be able to brighten somebody's day. If there's a relationship in your life that has been causing your grief, this might be the time to walk away. As tough as this can be in the best of circumstances, there is strength to be had in the 9 vibration that is in the air today. Not every relationship you develop is meant to last a lifetime. Try to find the best approach to the specific situation, and then do what needs to be done. Take time later to be good to yourself. As much as the stars have aligned on the income and job fronts in a way that is just a taste of things to come, Venus is fighting to make the most of her last weekend in a playful part of your chart. Knowing that she will not only return to your work sector next week, but in time to capitalize on the momentum being created on the income and job fronts now, Venus is working to ensure life doesn't become all work and no play. This is something that will ultimately benefit your productivity and creativity. Venus, the planet of love, will not be buying any excuses as she spends her last weekend in your romantic sector. While Mars is on his way, he won't return until early next month, while the Sun's return to your relationship sector next week will shift a lot of the focus onto your relationships. Venus is not only working to make this weekend as romantically charged as possible, but is ready to challenge old excuses if need be. Our eyes in the sky. The airy Aquarius moon is your offbeat emotional guide for the day, urging you to forget about what other people think about you and just be your true, authentic self. This is easier said than done, but you really should have an easier go of it with this authentic, unique, and yes, tad bit rebellious lunar energy backing you up. Some great things to do now are making new friendships with interesting people you wouldn't normally include in your friend group and breaking free from stale, old life routines that no longer meet your needs. Later in the day, a Moon-Mars sextile helps you attract playmates, possibly, but not necessarily, in the sexual sense, who match your strong independent spirit and desire to experiment and think outside the box. You can form a strong partnership with this person, but having fun in the moment doesn't mean it will last forever. The desire for intimacy is strong, but satisfaction isn't always guaranteed. Don't worry about relationships ending or falling apart. As long as you make the effort to get along with others, you can easily remedy any tense situations. Mercury is still in its retrograde shadow, which means that you'll have time to make amends and clear up any misunderstandings. Knowing this removes the pressure that you could be feeling. If you're aware of how to act, then you can certainly temper yourself to act in a more appropriate manner in your relationships. Before noon, the Aquarius moon trines the Gemini sun. Under this easygoing aspect, we attract the proper alliances, moving through the day feeling calm and confident. Stressors roll off our backs, and conflict fails to provoke us. We also remain relaxed and open-minded in our engagements. With both luminaries currently in social air signs, we are particularly oriented to sharing what is on our minds. However, we are not especially self-centered, which makes us receptive to different points of view. Following this aspect's perfection, the moon begins its void of course, lasting until the late afternoon. At this time, we should avoid starting new projects, thinking of ourselves in the information-gathering stage instead. Mid-afternoon, Venus in Taurus squares off with Saturn in Aquarius, provoking relational tension. This transit can create difficulties in our intimate affairs, but it can also be a productive influence if used correctly. Primarily, this square enlightens us about the fact that something is not working as smoothly as it could be within our unions. Latent factors are prompting feelings of distance, detachment, or irritation within our partnerships. This is normal. When people with individual baggage seek to align their needs, some adjustment is required. Especially once we get past the honeymoon phase, we can neglect to put in the work to meet someone where they are. Instead, we wind up meeting them where they were, even though we are in the present. Try to have patience with loved ones now. Putting in some extra effort could be all that is required to get back on track.